They
Oh,
tell the blog, tell the blog that, yep, you want to hang out with a boy instead of going with your sister. Yeah, that's what happened.
My new little name tag is supposed to be on its way, but
Oh,
it
okay.
ain't got here yet.
All right.
So,
Go in the house. Don't talk to me. Go in the house. No, you kicked me. You let me. You kicked me. Nothing to the right. Yes, you did. You kicked me in my leg. You touch around.
For the past few weeks, a particular TikTok family's been trending across social media, and it's definitely not for the right reasons. If you're familiar with family vloggers or TikTok wholesome family creators, you've probably come across the Lit family. Their content has always revolved around family challenges, daily lifestyle vlogs, and short-form TikTok skits meant to portray a close-knit, fun, and upbeat household. For years, they maintained the image of a happy-go-lucky family, always smiling, always together, and always posting. They showcased what looked like an unbreakable bond and a seemingly perfect lifestyle. However, that glossy image has started to crack, revealing a much darker side behind the camera. One of their daughters, Jazzy, recently came forward with some extremely disturbing allegations against her parents. According to her, both her mother and father have physically abused their children, especially the girls, on multiple occasions. Jazzy didn't stop there. She went on to accuse her parents of financial exploitation, explaining that the children were pressured into creating content to keep the family brand alive, yet were never compensated for the work they were essentially forced into. In her words, they were treated like unpaid labor under the guise of family participation.
Y'all know the reason why all of this is happening. Y'all should have known this was coming y'all way. Y'all should have known. Because we spared y'all and we tried plenty of times. I even tried to start back, getting back in the skits for them and see if they was going to pay me the right amount. Still ain't paid me the right amount. One time, he even lied and said, oh, if you act this way in this skit, or you act this way, because it was ways that I had to act in the skit that I didn't want to act in these skits because it was childish. I feel like it was childish for my age. I didn't want to do that, so I'm not acting like that in the skit. That's childish. So he's like, oh, if you act this way, then your pay's going to go up. Payday come, pay don't come up. Pay still sitting at $300, $200. Payday did not go up. My pay did not go up. I tried and I gave up. I said, you lied to me. Like, it was just a done deal. I got tired of shooting and doing videos for them. Like, so it's like really honestly embarrassing how that she's still getting on.
Another daughter, Daisy, who is still a minor, has also reportedly left the house. She claims she was subjected to physical abuse, and even said that at one point she was trapped within the home. Her statements only added fuel to the fire already burning.
I was holding the pole for my own defense, but the pole was so heavy. I barely can't even move the pole. So I was holding the pole, it was stuck to the ground, so I was just holding it like this. And he all the way, like, we by the garage door.
After Jazzy spoke out, more siblings who had already moved out began stepping forward, echoing the same allegations of abuse, mistreatment, and manipulation.
Me and Naya had to make him breakfast every morning. Eggs, grits, bacon, a full course breakfast every single morning. He would wake one of us up to go make him some food. Also, this was after I had graduated and everything. I had to wake up every single morning, get out of my bed, go downstairs, and basically be King's tutor and help him with school. We also wasn't allowed to lock our room door. We still would do it sometimes, but we really wasn't allowed to.
And to be completely honest, the parents' own behavior online hasn't helped their case at all. Many viewers have pointed out how the mother speaks about the daughters with shockingly disrespectful, demeaning, and outright hostile language, almost as if she's talking about random adults on the internet, not her own children. Watching both parents mock, belittle, or dismiss their daughters publicly has left viewers furious, with many calling for CPS involvement. In this video, we're going to break down the entire situation and discuss why so many people believe the authorities need to step in to protect the remaining kids still living in that home. So without any further ado, let's get into it. Before we jump into all the juicier details, let's first introduce the Lit family, in case you have no idea who they are or what type of content they post. The Lit family is, on the surface, your typical TikTok family, minus all the massive red flags that have recently come to light across social media. Reportedly, they're a family of 7, 2 parents and 5 children. They're active on pretty much every major platform, posting daily vlogs, prank videos, challenges, lifestyle skits, you name it. From the father all the way down to their youngest child, who's around 11 years old, everyone in that household is involved in content creation to some extent. They also maintain 2 main YouTube channels. The first, simply titled The Lit Family, has gained over 340,000 subscribers. The second, The Lit Sisters, currently has over 550,000 subscribers on its own. Then, of course, there's their TikTok page, which boasts more than 2.5 million followers. Their earliest videos on TikTok date back to around 2021. So it's safe to assume that this was around the time they began leaning heavily into content creation as a full-on family brand. And to be fair, before everything blew up, their content was performing extremely well. They often pulled in millions of views, and their combined reach across platforms had them labeled as a rising family influencer unit. They presented themselves as energetic, connected, and always on. It was the type of content that's easy to watch without thinking too deeply about what's going on behind the scenes. While the parents and son appeared in videos frequently, it's clear that the daughters played a much bigger role in maintaining the channels. Their videos drew higher engagement, had more effort put into them, and were often the ones going viral. For example, the Lit Sisters anthem music video reached over 5 million views, and the girls have been making content like this from a very young age. However, despite all the content, effort, and work these kids were contributing, not to mention the income it brought in, they were not being treated well behind closed doors. According to the daughters, they were pressured and forced into filming, rarely given any financial compensation, and treated more like employees than children. Not long ago, the Lit family was seen as a picture-perfect, tight-knit, fun household. But now that the truth is out, the parents are looking very, very bad. So this whole drama really took off on TikTok after Jazzy was kicked out of the house. It's still unclear who originally posted the video, but sometime around July 2025, a clip showing Jazzy being forced out of the home began circulating online, and it went everywhere. It's also important to mention that Jazzy had just turned 18 this month, but the incident itself reportedly happened back in May, meaning she was still a minor when she was removed from the home. The viral video shows her father recording her during the confrontation, and you can clearly see him provoking her throughout the situation. According to him, the fight started because Jazzy was allegedly inviting random boys she barely knew into the house. Meanwhile, in the footage, Jazzy is repeatedly denying the accusation.
They tell the vlog that, yep, you want to hang out with a boy instead of going to your sister. Yeah, that's what happened. You gotta stop being like that. You gotta stop being like that, Jazzy. You gotta make the right decision. Your decisions are bad. Your decisions are bad. Don't hit me. Don't touch me. You're gonna go to jail. You're gonna go to jail if you keep touching me. I'm tired. I'm telling you, you can't keep doing that, baby. Stop hitting me. You can't hit me. You just hit me. I got it on camera. I got it on camera. Oh, you cuss your mama out on camera? Wow. 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 You just cuss your mama out. Ooh, you going up. God bless you. All because of a boy. You want to bring a boy in the house. You don't even know him. You don't know the boy. Adios.
The tone of the interaction in this video is what really sets people off. The father's demeanor came across as cold, condescending, and intentionally humiliating. Despite Jazzy clearly stating that she did not want to be filmed, he continued recording anyway. There was absolutely no concern in his voice, not for her emotional state, not for her safety, nothing. His priority seemed to be winning the argument and proving her wrong in front of an audience, rather than supporting his own child during a highly emotional moment. Following this, Jazzy uploaded several videos to her own channel confirming that, yes, her parents had kicked her out, and she firmly denied the claims about inviting boys into the home. In another widely shared clip, Jazzy also claims that her mother leaked her phone number online, which resulted in her receiving constant calls. This was the spark that ignited everything, and from here, the situation only gets worse.
Are y'all sure she leaked my number? Because I'm confused how y'all getting my number. I'm with my sister. Like, I'm so confused. Leaking numbers is like dragging it. As a parent, leaking your daughter's number.
Around this time, Jazzy had already moved out of the house, but her younger sister Daisy was still living with their parents and, according to the sisters, still stuck in an abusive environment. Soon, posts began circulating claiming that Daisy, who was only about 15 at the time, had also attempted to run away from home. Jazzy, who was still in contact with her sister, shared several images with her audience showing visible bruises around Daisy's eyes. She alleged that their father had physically assaulted her. Unfortunately, this wasn't just speculation, because shortly after, another video surfaced. In this clip, Daisy's parents can be heard physically dragging her back into the house, while Daisy is heard repeatedly accusing them of putting their hands on her, restraining her, and forcing her to return against her will.
Hey, go inside. Mommy, shut up, bro. Go inside the house. Go in the house. Don't talk to me. Go in the house. Touch me first, though. No, you kicked me. You grabbed me. You kicked me. Knocked me to the ground. Yes, you did. You kicked me in my leg. You touched me first, bro. I grabbed you by your jacket. You grabbed me.
Look, see, you got you red in the face.
Nigga, look at me. You bitch ass.
Look how disrespectful you was, dog. Look how disrespectful you was. Look at you. You don't sit there and hit your mama again.
I didn't. She touched me, bro. I never touched you. I grabbed you by your jacket. You touched me. What's that called? They seen it. What's that called? Grab me your jacket. That's touching me. You gotta grab me your jacket and tell me to come in. No. I'm gonna do something. I bet you won't. All right.
All I do is grab you.
You don't grab shit. All we do is grab you, bring you in. I'm trying to bring you in the house. I don't care.
Look at you. The only way you holding that.
I'm gonna keep holding it, and you gonna stay there.
If listen, she really coming. She need to go in the room.
I'm gonna have to. What you calling for?
What you getting mad for?
You already seen everything?
What are you on, guys? Yeah, you acting like you on something.
In response to the photos of the bruises and the backlash online, their mother claimed that Daisy self-harms and insisted that neither parent caused the marks seen on her face. This explanation was supposed to clear their names, but it only raised even more red flags. Because watching that footage, listening to the tone of the interaction, and seeing how both parents reacted, it's pretty hard to believe that everything is just being misunderstood. Their behavior doesn't show concern, care, or parental support. It shows control, manipulation, and emotional intimidation. And even if, for the sake of argument, their claim about self-harm is true, the question then becomes, why is a 15-year-old child in such visible emotional distress under their care? What kind of environment would make a young teenager harm herself to such an extent? Why was there no therapy, no professional intervention, no compassion? Either way you look at it, the situation reflects severe failure in parenting. To give you a clearer example of how the parents mistreat their daughters and even manipulate their young son for their own benefit, let's talk about this one particular clip. For context, the parents had reportedly confiscated Daisy's devices, which meant she couldn't stay in contact with her sisters. Meanwhile, her older sisters were recording their conversations to provide proof and share what was happening on social media, hoping to get Daisy help. This, of course, only made the parents angrier. In the clip, Daisy's trying to speak to Jazzy using her younger brother's iPhone, but he keeps blocking her from talking. It's painfully clear he's acting under the influence of what he's been told, because a child that age doesn't just pick sides like that on their own.
I'm going through it. I need to get out.
Did the police come see you today?
Oh, let me tell you about that. I can't tell her about that. She's literally asking me a question about the police.
I said,
He wants his phone.
buddy, why you can't let us talk to her real fast? Like,
He wants his phone. He's being weird.
just say it really fast.
Bro, the cops came to the house. I'm going downstairs. Every time let me tell her. Can I tell her? Look at how goofy this
King, look, you're right here. You're right there. Just let us talk to her.
Goofy. I can't even explain. You gave the phone. You told me talk to Naya. You came to my door.
All right, say it.
You could have said no then.
King, why you being mean? Desi, hurry up and say it.
The cops came to the door.
And they said,
shut up.
Why she can't talk? Can she talk?
Won't let me.
Oh my God.
What this nigga talk about? He mad because I'm gonna say what's really.
Hurry up! Just say it before he takes his phone.
The cop.
To give the audience a little more perspective, during a live stream with another sister, Jazzy explained that their brother is actually fine, but their parents have been feeding him a twisted version of events to turn him against his sisters. In her words, they're brainwashing him to believe that his older siblings are the problem.
Figure some things out. Can y'all stop requesting my live? King is fine. They treat him like a king because he's just a little 11-year-old, and it's so easy to lie to a kid because a kid won't understand. They're gonna be like, oh, this is my mom, this is my dad, I'm gonna believe them. That's what I used to think when I was little, when they was just making me do all these videos and all these little skits when Desi and King, and I thought it was so cool. And I'm so cool. I'm getting this. I'm on YouTube. Woohoo! As I got older, they're just using us. When you get older and you actually need things in life, and you turn 18, you need a car, you need this, you need that, you'll realize that you worked hard for nothing on YouTube just for your parents to take it. I worked hard at a young age just for when I grow up and I have a lot of stuff. And I keep posting. Like, I'm not even talking. I'm talking like a freaking child. It's not even making sense what I'm saying to y'all probably. But, oh, it's annoying. What? Yes. The parents go live off the lit film.
I just restarted.
Yeah, that got to go. You could join. Try to join it.
Wait, what live you on?
My same live.
Oh, why did they kick you off?
No, it said you have age restrictions, and then I said okay, and I took you off.
Oh.
I mean, not age restriction. You had a live restriction. Yeah, you could join back. To you and Zaria. My mom always acts so innocent. She does evil things. I'm gonna show y'all this video where my dad was calling my sister and all of us a thought. We was going at it. I ain't gonna lie, y'all. We was cussing, so don't mind the language.
Sure was.
Don't do the most, y'all, because we was fed up.
Yeah, show that little clip. She recorded in the last minute.
I'm gonna show y'all. I recorded when we was on film.
So I was cussing him out, cause who you feeling like? And I ain't never cussed him out a day in my life, but you heard it now.
Mm-hmm.
You heard it today. Look at the video I posted. Who posted? I'm gonna look at. Let me go on. I am a lawyer.
You think I care? You think I care? You know what? Yes, your brother don't even talk to you, nigga.
Ew, I hate my voice. I was mad, y'all. Please.
He's alright, mind y'all. In this video, he FaceTime and he was calling us saying, you would thought, flexing the house to your own kids that helped you get that, saying you would thought. And so my sister was mad up top and she was talking.
Look at him, y'all. Look at him. Petty. Look at him. Look at him.
Flexing the house we got for you.
Yep, I was cussing him out. Y'all hear that? Yup.
Y'all, please don't believe.
I'll do it all over
because
again.
we got mad because he started calling us a thought when we know what we is. He calls his own daughters a thoughts because you don't have nothing to say because every time.
Jazzy also posted a clip of a conversation with Daisy around this time. In it, Daisy admits that their father physically dragged her back home when she tried to run away. He came barefoot after her, and what happened next was not pretty at all. She also says that their mother and brother stood by and watched, doing nothing to stop what was happening.
Blood dripping on me, like I felt this. I saw blood. I'm just like, you let him do this to me, mommy. He put my bag. He ran my bag in the garage. That's my garage. He closes the garage. I can't run out. DJ and King and the mommy is trapping me. I can't run out. So, when I try to run out, I'm just like, why are y'all doing this to me? Why are y'all doing this? I don't want to be here. So he's standing right there. He said, you shut the f***. He's holding. I was holding the pole for my own defense, but the pole was so heavy. The pole was so heavy, I barely can't even move the pole.
As all of this was unfolding, more of the older daughters began speaking up. Another sister, Naya, who's older than Jazzy, came forward with her own disturbing experiences. She alleged that at one point, her father became so violent that he choked her, cutting off her airway to the point she struggled to breathe. And once again, according to her, the mother simply stood there watching, saying nothing and doing nothing to intervene.
In the last video, came and charged at me and choked me and threw me down on the bed. Mind y'all, he was choking me like this, like squeezing this part. And that's where you cannot breathe. And so I'm noticing I can't breathe. And so like as I'm yelling, like I'm like you can't hear me. Sounds like, mind y'all, if y'all wondering where my mom was, she's right by the door watching all this happen. Only thing she's saying is, babe, stop, babe, stop. She didn't even step foot in the room to even try to stop him.
The pattern is undeniable. Multiple siblings separated in age and time, all describing the same tactics. Physical aggression, emotional manipulation, and a mother who enabled it all in silence. Both Jazzy and Naya stated that their mother, despite acting sweet, soft-spoken, and almost angelic online, had a consistent pattern of emotionally abusing them in private. She would rarely, if ever, step in to defend them. According to the girls, both parents would frequently gaslight them by saying things like, "We gave you a house, we provided everything for you," while completely ignoring the fact that their daughters were the ones who helped build the family brand, brought in engagement, and essentially earned the money that funded their lifestyle in the first place. During another live stream, Naya spoke in more detail about what Daisy was going through. She claimed that the abuse wasn't just physical, it was deeply emotional and psychological. She acknowledged that Daisy did struggle with self-harm and had hurt her wrists, but made it clear that the bruises around her eyes were not self-inflicted, as the parents tried to claim. According to her, the parents never once took Daisy's mental health seriously. They never got her therapy, never sought professional help, and instead continued to control and punish her, ultimately making her situation worse. At one point, they allegedly removed the door from Daisy's bedroom, stripping her of even basic privacy and autonomy.
In my video, she was about to show her arm, but she had on her arm. She was telling me when he was dragging her and banging her head to the ground, he ended up scraping it off and making it worse. And mind you, y'all, they knew that Desi was doing this to herself and they didn't care. They take mental health as a joke. They literally think she's a joke. Desi told us, he came to her and put the camera in her face and he was like, "Oh, you're depressed, you're faking depression, What? He came to her recording her saying that she's faking depression in her room and she was telling him to get out, because it was early in the morning he came in her room. Because mind you, they were seeing all the videos we were posting and how it was recording Desi anytime we got a chance to talk to her. Oh, and another thing, they only put her door back on for the live. Before the live, my mom was like, "Babe, hurry up and put her door back on, And right after the live, they took her door right back off the hinges. And I actually could insert a clip of a screenshot of both of the doors off when we were talking to Desi.
Honestly, everything Naya is saying feels highly believable when you look at the parents' own behavior online. For example, when this situation first went viral and the daughters were exposing what was happening to Daisy, the parents went on a live stream to prove she was fine. But in that very live stream, Daisy can be heard clearly saying, "I'm not fine." To which her mother responded with a cold laugh, "Well, you're alive and you're breathing, aren't you?" That one moment alone speaks louder than any allegation ever could.
What? I'm just showing them that you're fine because they think you're not fine. She's fine. But her sisters done bashed her so much she don't even want to go on here. She fine?
I'm not fine. Stop putting me on that camera.
You fine, you living, you breathing. They all on here bashing you, talking junk on the live, so making it like you hurt or something, so I'm just showing them that you fine.
What kind of mother actually talks to her teenage daughter like that? No mom who genuinely cares for her children would speak about them in such a dismissive, degrading way. You don't even need an expose at this point. These parents are literally exposing themselves. The way they speak, the things they say, and the way they react under pressure, it's all there. After seeing that clip, how can anyone not believe that these individuals are physically and emotionally harming their kids? The resentment they showed toward their own daughters is almost blatant. And yet somehow they still expect the world to see them as ideal parents. It's genuinely disturbing. While all of this drama was unfolding publicly, another daughter named Zaria also came forward on TikTok to share her side. Zaria is biologically related to the mother, but not to the father. She accused her stepdad of mistreatment and described how when she lived in that house, he would routinely demand that she cook full meals for him. She also said that he expected her to tutor her younger brother, essentially making her responsible for chores and caretaking in ways that were completely inappropriate. On top of that, she revealed that none of the kids in the house were ever allowed to lock their bedroom doors. Just like his biological daughters, the stepdaughter described him as manipulative, dismissive, and incredibly toxic.
Me and Naya had to make him breakfast every morning. Eggs, grits, bacon, a full course breakfast every single morning. He would wake one of us up to go make him some food. Also, this was after I had graduated and everything. I had to wake up every single morning, get out of my bed, go downstairs, and basically be King's tutor and help him with school. We also wasn't allowed to lock our room door. We still would do it sometimes, but we really wasn't allowed to.
Around the same time, footage surfaced of police showing up at the Litt family home to do a welfare check on Daisy. It was Zaria who made this call from Florida.
Yo.
No problem.
Do you have a daughter, Sanaya?
She lives in Florida.
Okay.
The oldest daughter.
Okay.
She's the one who probably called.
Yeah.
It's a lot going on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She, do you have a 15-year-old?
Yeah.
And I don't want to mispronounce her name.
Y'all need anything from us, let us know. My last name is Moore.
Mr. Moore.
They spelled it wrong.
Oh.
It's M-O-O-R-E.
Okay.
My new little name tag is supposed to be on its way, but
Oh,
it
okay.
ain't got here yet.
All right.
So, all right, if you need anything from us, don't hesitate to reach out to us, okay? Do y'all have a landline phone?
No.
I'm assuming that she's with y'all pretty much 24/7. So if something was to happen, she'd have some way. What grade are you in? Ninth grade. Did you just finish ninth, or are you going into 10th grade? Okay, 10th grade. How long have y'all been up here in Georgia?
We've been here 5 years now.
Okay.
Well, we just recently bought.
What's your date of birth?
To this day, it's still unclear what exactly the police discussed with the family or what actions were taken afterward. All we really have is a short clip of the officers making a welfare check at their home, but the fact that it escalated to that point says enough on its own. Zaria clearly saw something concerning enough to call the authorities. After this incident and all the online drama that was spreading fast, the parents decided to address the situation, or more accurately, go on live and rant about their daughters. And honestly, this live did them no favors. If anything, they came off even more unhinged, defensive, and abusive. The way they spoke about their children was shocking, disrespectful, and incredibly telling of how they must treat them off camera. For starters, the mom said on live that her daughters needed to be beaten because they talk too much. She tried to frame everything as a lie and also claimed that they never laid hands on their girls. But then in the exact same breath, insisted that someone out there should beat them for having an attitude. That alone speaks volumes.
They never get beat. They need to. They need to. All that mouth they got, somebody out there need to. So all that crap, boy, I don't even gotta say too much. It's just lies on top of lies on top of lies.
During this live stream, she also insisted that they did financially compensate their daughters fairly and accused the girls of lying about being exploited. According to her, the daughters are just ungrateful and dramatic. But the worst part of the entire stream was when the mom started discussing Jazzy's personal life. She claimed Jazzy had gotten involved with the wrong man and suggested that this caused arguments, especially after Jazzy allegedly invited 2 boys into the house. She portrayed all of this as the daughters being upset simply because the parents were trying to discipline them by taking away devices.
Y'all mad. Y'all mad. Y'all just mad because you can't get what you want out of me. No, you're not. I don't care who I am.
They hate them.
Somebody, yeah, I'm finna use my mom. You ain't finna use me.
When I see how evil our daughters is, this is crazy, man. Pay attention. My daughters are very, very evil. They're very jealous, sad, and depressed. Look at them. Only mad because boys.
Yep, because they got kicked out and we disciplined them. You gonna get disciplined in this house. You ain't finna run all over us.
Exactly. Like, we ain't dumb.
Ain't nobody use y'all. Y'all got paid for everything you do. Everything you do, every song Zari wrote, everything they got paid. I got receipts. Everything they do for us, everything they did for us, they got paid. Paid.
They call it generational wealth.
Yeah, they get paid. Like, how you using your kids when you pay them? Everything they do for me, they get paid. They mad they can't keep getting money from me. You ain't gonna keep getting money.
They only got mad because we turned their phone up and they were disrespectful.
Like, how evil are they? Just going on there saying all this stuff and then the people sending it to us like, don't send me nothing else. I don't care. We don't care. We're gonna continue to keep going.
Exactly. They're mad because
like God got us.
They're mad because we keep going, that's all.
Yeah.
We ain't mad at us, they mad.
And I was not talking bad about you, Taylor. I was saying Captain Saberho because every time they leave, they want to run to you. I wasn't saying it in a bad way. I don't got nothing against you. Like, wasn't even saying it in a bad way. Y'all love to turn stuff around.
Yeah, they bad. They bad.
Like,
go get what? The same way you disloyal.
It was just a figure of speech. I was just talking like Captain Saberho because they always run into you, telling you everything. And she's a real good friend from the past. That's not their real auntie.
Exactly.
Like, want to talk all that, trying to make us sound like we talking bad about her. Nobody even talking bad about her. And all they do is talk junk. Like, King is right here, huh? Can you what? Yeah. Go in that room. Huh? Let me see. Call. Then it was like. Yes, it was 2 boys. She been everywhere we go. The boy travel alone. She take us. We had an Airbnb in Orlando. She snuck in.
The tone in this live stream wasn't concerning or loving. It was bitter, resentful, and demeaning, and it said far more than they realized. After the parents hosted this live stream, all 3 daughters, Jazzy, Naya, and Zaria, responded to their outrageous claims. Jazzy, for instance, uploaded a video on her YouTube channel expressing complete disgust at the way her parents spoke about their own children. She directly denied the accusation that she was messing with the 2 boys, explaining that she had only one boyfriend, and he had come all the way to Georgia simply to check on her and make sure she was safe. According to Jazzy, her parents had been spreading bizarre rumors about her and calling her demeaning names, which she found incredibly disturbing and humiliating. She also made it clear that once she left the house, neither of her parents reached out to make sure she was okay. The only person who checked on her was Daisy. Jazz even shared some of her messages with Daisy, and it was painfully obvious from those conversations that Daisy was not okay at all. Her messages reflected depression, emotional exhaustion, and a deep sense of being trapped.
In the house while they were going. First of all, no, I did not have 2 boys sneaking in, so I don't know what is she talking about. I have 1 boyfriend and 1 man. So I'm finna clear up this rumor where she calling me a thought, a HOE, just saying all this sexual disgusting stuff about me, including my dad, because he's a weirdo for even thinking about that, or even like having the thought of that about his own child. Like, ew, why are you even thinking of that? No, watch out. So I'm just gonna clear that up. She was saying we was doing stuff, whatever, no move. I only had 1 man and 1 man only, and that 1 man was my man that came to Georgia and came to the house to make sure I was straight, because my parents couldn't or didn't. They didn't make sure I was straight that whole time when they went to Florida and Panama City. They kicked me out. They didn't care. He came. He made sure I was straight. 5 days straight up there burning up. We're like, what are we talking about? And they didn't check on me that whole trip. The only person that checked on me when they were in Panama City and I was in Georgia was Desi. Desi was the only one that was checking on me. So boom.
The paragraph Desi said.
And y'all, I'm gonna put on the screen the paragraph that Desi texted me, so y'all can know that Desi is mentally not okay and she is not happy there, and they do be treating her wrong. Y'all, I'm gonna show y'all what she texted me right there, just for all the proof. And I'm gonna also show y'all this live.
In the same video, Jazzy also claimed that their father in particular reacted in a very strange way whenever one of the girls got a boyfriend. She implied that he wanted to keep them isolated and dependent on him, as if he couldn't handle the idea of them forming relationships outside the family.
That. If mama thought, what are you? You mama thought. You over here calling me a thought, babes. Please, it's kind of embarrassing calling your own child a thought when she has one ex at 18 and only be with one person. One person, and you calling me a thought? You calling your daughters a thought? We got the same face. What that make us? Baby thought, mama thought? Cause baby, you got thought. Like, y'all need to go look up. They need to go look up the definition of thought and a hoe. Her and my dad. Cause my dad, the one who be getting that in her head, calling all his daughters HOEs and thoughts. You don't even know the definition of a HOE and a thought. Like, it's just childish, and you just want to call your daughter that. I feel like something's wrong with him when his daughters get a boyfriend. He automatically calls us a thought. You're disgusting. You think of weird thoughts in your head about your own children.
He really just wants us to himself. Literally, he really just wanted us to himself. He didn't want us to have no boyfriend. He wanted us to himself.
Exactly. So make it make sense. Like,
after Jazzy posted her video, their stepsister Zaria also went on TikTok to respond to what the parents had to say about her. She clarified that her stepdad only took care of her because he was with her mother, not because he genuinely cared about her. According to Zaria, he specifically did not want her biological father involved in her life in any way. She described him as the most toxic man she had ever met. Zaria then played a clip where the mother said that Zaria can't even keep a man, which was incredibly disrespectful and unnecessary. And honestly, Zaria's response to that was perfect. She handled it with clarity, maturity, and grace. Throughout this entire situation, the mother continuously degraded her daughters, calling them hoes, accusing them of being promiscuous, and talking about them like they were strangers she despised instead of her own children. And the father sat beside her, nodding along, validating every word. For parents who claim to love their children, they sure put a lot of effort into humiliating them. Jazzy in her video also pointed out that her mother acts almost like a puppet for her father. Whatever she says, she repeats and supports without question. So when Zaria pointed out that their mother seems proud of keeping a man, even at the expense of her own daughter's emotional well-being, it made complete sense. The dynamic is just deeply strange and unsettling. Instead of protecting her children, she seems more invested in protecting her relationship and her ego. For years, the family has built their entire online brand on the backs of these daughters. They filmed them, packaged their childhoods in entertainment, and profited from their personalities. And now they want to pretend as if they built this brand alone. The audacity is wild. During a live session, someone asked Jazzy whether her household was always this toxic or if things escalated after the family became famous online. Jazzy responded that they used to be a relatively normal family, but the fame and money completely changed everything. According to her, social media success inflated the parents' egos and turned the environment at home into a controlling, manipulative mess.
Do this before they got famous? No, freak, no. None of this was before all this. We had a normal family that didn't consist of like money and having to film every day, getting mad if you don't film, getting mad if views is down.
Honestly, this says a lot about how dangerous internet fame can be, especially when the business model is your own children. One theory is that once the parents realized that the daughters were the reason the brand was making money, they started seeing them less as kids and more like assets. They wanted control. They wanted obedience. They wanted production. Zaria actually talked about this during a live with Lani Love's mom. She said that their father would constantly lecture them about YouTube, views, performance, and strategy, as if they were employees in a corporate meeting. And these were literal children. She said it was exhausting, mentally draining, and robbed them of an actual childhood.
Don't lie, they were the problem.
I was just like, I'm gonna just keep it peaceful because at this point, I'm like, I don't know what I did, but. And then, like, it just switched. Like, I feel like we had gotten to a point where we were friends, and then switched to like, oh, you know what I'm saying? When your dad would talk to me, he would talk to me like we were business partners. Just like
everything. He would talk to all his kids like business partners. Every day we would have lectures, like almost every day I had to hear about YouTube. It was exhausting. My whole life revolved around.
Lani Love's mom, who was once close to the family, did her own live stream, saying plainly that all 4 daughters cannot be lying, especially when their stories line up almost identically. And that's true. When multiple children raised in the same household describe this same abuse, manipulation, and emotional neglect, it stops being a coincidence.
With the whole Desi situation, I feel like the child is unhappy and she don't want to. She want to get out the house. She's miserable there. Let her out of that house.
I feel like all 4 kids ain't gonna say the same thing, and they're lying. Like all 4 kids are lying. All 4 girls are lying. Like nah, y'all not doing something right.
To give you a real example of how their father treated the girls, there's a clip where he's literally pushing 15-year-old Daisy to record more content. Not asking, but literally forcing her. You can hear the tone clearly in the live stream. And this wasn't just Daisy, this was all of them. Every daughter was expected to constantly film, constantly post, and constantly work. Yet, as Jazzy herself said, they were never paid fairly. This is an entire channel dedicated specifically to the Lit sisters. And according to them, they didn't even receive half of what they earned from those videos. So not only were they emotionally manipulated and controlled, they were financially exploited too. And the parents still have the nerve to call the daughters ungrateful. It's understandable that when you're working as a kid, your parents aren't just going to hand you all the money. That would obviously be irresponsible. But at the very least, responsible parents set up a bank account, a trust, or some kind of financial security for their kids' future. That way, when the kids turn 18 and want to build a life, go to school, or even just survive, they have access to the money they earned. If a parent isn't doing that, and is instead spending all the money while the kids get nothing, then it's not parenting, it's exploitation. According to Jazzy, that's exactly what happened. She said her parents didn't save anything for the children's futures. Instead, they spent money on flashy, unnecessary things, like expensive chandeliers and home decor, while their own kids didn't even have basic necessities covered. She mentioned that none of the girls had ever bought cars, despite being the ones generating the income that funded the family's lifestyle. There were no insurance plans and no separate bank accounts for the kids. In fact, Jazzy said that one of the older sisters had to sneak out and open her own bank account at 19 because the parents simply refused to let their daughters have financial independence.
Got a car. None of their daughters, nobody in the house got a car from them. After all the things we did for them, after all the money we helped them get, they got a big house, and none of their kids got a car. None of their kids. They could spend $7,000 in their house for a chandelier, but they can't get none of their kids a car. And can't even pay their kids. I also want to say that they was also paying us $300 a month in that house. $300 a month when they have Katie the Kid Gaming, the Lit sisters, the Lit family, and yeah, that's 4. They have 4 channels, and they were only paying us $300 a month. What is $300 a month gonna do for me? Make it make sense. So like, it's just a lot. I'm also trying to adjust some other things, but yeah, we did. It's just a lot. I'm also trying to adjust some other things. But yeah, they didn't have no bank accounts, my sister. And we've been using Cash App. They had to use Cash App. We only ever had Cash App. My older sister had to sneak and make a banking account at 19. That's how bad she couldn't make a bank account.
The girls even had to beg for basic things like braces, again while they were the ones earning the money that supported the household. Meanwhile, the parents were reaping the benefits, living comfortably without having to work traditional jobs. The daughters were the breadwinners, yet they had nothing to show for it. When Jazzy moved to Florida after being kicked out, she said she had to start her life completely from scratch. She also said that her father would constantly manipulate her into overworking, telling her that if she made more content, he would pay her more. But that extra pay never actually happened.
In order to get braces, because we had to get all our teeth to get all our, I'm not even talking about, we had to get all our teeth fixed to get braces. So we got all our teeth fixed to get braces, but the dentist told us we had to get a cap over that root canal or it's gonna get worse. Never got the cap, y'all. Never got the braces. And you wanna know what our dad said? He told us, oh, y'all just gonna mess y'all teeth up again. I'm not spending thousands of dollars on braces. First of all, you could spend thousands of dollars on a house, just taking all your child money and you're just doing them wrong. But yeah, they didn't set us up for nothing. And I've been working since I was 13. Like, if you go on the Lit Sisters, any channel, you scroll down, you will see me when I was on them YouTube channels since I was young. And I never got paid more than $500 a month. And now I'm 18 now, and they just threw me out with nothing. Not even half of the money I've ever made. Nothing. The only money I had was the money I tried so hard to save up at 18 because of them. The money that I tried hard to save up at 18. The $300. I haven't even got paid from them in that house because I stopped shooting for them. So whatever I was saving is what I was getting off TikTok trying to make on my own. But yeah, So no car, no bank account, no nothing, no savings, no money saved up for college, no none of that. Nothing. No money, no insurance, no none of that. Pay me the right amount. Still ain't paid me the right amount. One time he even lied and said, "Oh, if you act this way in this skit, or you act this way," because it was ways that I had to act in the skit that I didn't want to act in these skits because it was childish. I feel like it was childish for my age. I didn't want to do that, so I'm not acting like that in the skit. That's childish. So he's like, "Oh, if you act this way, then your pay's gonna go up." Payday come, pay don't come up. Pay still sitting at $300, $200. Payday did not go up. My pay did not go up. I tried and I gave up. I said, "You lied."
In the same video, Jazzy spoke about multiple physical altercations involving her father and Daisy. She claimed that both parents had joked and hit Daisy to the point of leaving visible marks. She directly denied her parents' claims that Daisy harmed herself. According to Jazzy, their mother wouldn't step in to protect the children. She would either defend the father or stay silent. Zaria also talked about clear favoritism in the family, specifically toward the younger son, KD. She said the parents had spoiled and enabled him so much that he became impossible to reason with, and that they essentially prioritized him over the well-being of the girls. Even after everything that went down with their daughters, the parents still refused to take any accountability. Instead of acknowledging their behavior, they continued to blame their older daughters for messing with Daisy. They even went on another live stream, accusing the older girls of manipulating Daisy and turning her against the family. Meanwhile, we need to remember that Daisy didn't even have access to her own phone during all of this. The parents had taken it away under the guise of discipline, which basically meant isolating her from anyone who could help her or speak to her directly. What's disturbing is how their priorities are completely upside down. Instead of focusing on their daughter's mental and emotional well-being, especially when she was clearly struggling, they were more concerned with controlling her communication and cutting off her support system. They weren't trying to understand what Daisy was going through. They were trying to manage the narrative. At this point, even without the daughter's testimonies, the parents' behavior on live streams speaks for itself. The dismissiveness, the defensiveness, the obsession with control. Every red flag is visible in plain sight. When all of this was unfolding online, the adult sisters who were already living in Florida were doing everything they could to help Daisy. They were speaking out publicly, exposing the toxic behavior of their parents, and keeping viewers updated on what was happening behind the scenes. At this point, the internet was completely invested. People were not just watching this like some random family drama. They were genuinely concerned for Daisy's safety. Comments flooded social media with people begging someone to help her, with many others calling for CPS and law enforcement to intervene. But even after the police were reportedly called to check on Daisy, nothing seemed to improve. The situation looked the same, if not worse. That's when the sisters decided to step in themselves. On July 18th, 2025, the three sisters, Jazzy, Zaria, and Naya, flew to their hometown and went straight to their parents' house. From what's been shared online, they signaled for Daisy to come outside so they could help her leave. The entire thing was captured on the family's home security cameras, and the footage is honestly difficult to watch. According to the sisters, once the father realized what was happening, he ran outside and tried to physically prevent them from taking Daisy. Both Jazzy and Zaria claimed that their father became physical during the altercation, grabbing and pushing them as they tried to help their sister. Despite his attempts, Daisy managed to get away. The older sisters got her out and on a flight to Florida, but that moment of relief did not last long. Almost immediately after Daisy's escape, the parents filed criminal charges in Florida against the sisters, accusing them of kidnapping. They went online threatening to have the girls arrested and charged. On July 25th, 2025, the sisters posted updates telling their audience that their parents had filed charges and that they were preparing to turn themselves in before police tracked them down. They also launched GoFundMe pages to support Daisy, who now had no access to money or resources of her own. Around this same time, their maternal uncle, who had reportedly also helped Daisy leave, posted an Instagram story confirming the situation. He shared that the sisters were being charged with battery, interference with custody, and contributing to the delinquency of a minor. He also confirmed that the sisters planned to turn themselves in soon. This only intensified public outrage, because viewers had watched for weeks as these same parents showed disturbing behavior online and were now legally punishing the daughters who tried to protect their younger sister. Meanwhile, back in Georgia, the lit family mother was all over TikTok and Instagram, posting nonstop. She repeatedly claimed that she and her husband were being set up, insisting that they were the real victims and that their older daughters had manipulated Daisy. But by this point, the internet had already seen enough to form its own opinion. the parents were not looking innocent, they were looking desperate. They went as far as filing a missing person report on Daisy. There was a whole poster circulating online claiming that she was missing. At this point, the parents were clearly doing everything they possibly could to paint themselves as the victims. They began posting emotional TikToks and Instagram stories, pleading for Daisy to come home. The father even uploaded a dramatic video of himself praying to God for his daughter's safe return.
Coming to you, dear Father, in the blood of Jesus, dear Father. We're in a spiritual war right now, dear Father, with my kids, dear Father. My kids are taking in the negative energy, dear Father. But in the blood of Jesus, dear Father, we're going to come with positivity, dear Father. I'm asking you, dear Father, in the blood of Jesus, dear Father, to get my kids back home, dear Father. My 15-year-old daughter, dear Father, she's out there, dear Father, in this world, dear Father. She's been attacked in this negative energy, dear Father. I'm her father, dear Father. I'm here to protect her, dear Father. In the blood of Jesus, dear Father, we asking you, dear Father, we come to you, dear Father. I command you, dear Father, in the blood of Jesus, dear Father, to bring my daughter back home, dear Father. Man, you, dear Father, to cleanse my daughters, dear Father. They're getting attacked, dear Father. And we're in a spiritual war right now, dear Father. I'm coming to you, dear Father, in the mighty name of Jesus, dear Father. I must continue to keep going, dear Father. You're using us as a platform, dear Father. You're using us as a blueprint, dear Father. So I shall continue to keep running in your footsteps, dear Father. In the blood of Jesus, dear Father. Dear Father, you got your hands on me, dear Father. You holding me in your hands, dear Father. I must walk with you. I must talk with you, dear Father. This is my step in life, dear Father. This is my destiny, dear Father, to continue to be a father and be a husband, dear Father, and love my kids, dear Father, and protect my kids, dear Father. I'm asking you, dear Father, in the blood of Jesus, dear Father, put your hands on my babies, dear Father, because, dear Father, they don't know what they're getting themselves into, dear Father. So I'm coming to you, dear Father. They believe in everything that's online, dear Father. And my kids are supposed to be using their platform for positivity, dear Father. But we're in a spiritual war right now, dear Father. In the mighty name of Jesus, peace and blessings and happiness. Pray more word less. Let God be our soul of power. No weapon formed against us shall prosper. Glory, hallelujah. In the mighty name of Jesus. Let's go. Big motion.
Even in this video, it was obvious that his priority was not Daisy, it was his image. It felt like performance, not concern. Viewers picked up on that immediately. And the sisters certainly did too. They publicly expressed how disgusted they were to see their parents suddenly acting heartbroken and loving when everyone had already seen the way they spoke to and treated their daughters. The internet had watched them kick Jazzy out when she was barely 18. They'd seen how cold and dismissive they were when Daisy was crying out for help, and now suddenly they wanted to act like the most caring parents in the world? What's even more outrageous is that in every post and every video, they were desperately trying to prove that they had never done anything wrong. Meanwhile, the sisters had provided receipts and first-hand accounts of emotional and physical abuse. If the parents truly cared even a little, they would have taken accountability somewhere in all of this. But not once did they acknowledge any wrongdoing, not one apology, not even a moment of reflection. The situation inside their home became so unbearable because of their own behavior that their youngest daughter felt the need to escape, and it got so serious that siblings and even an uncle had to help her leave for her own safety. That alone says everything, and instead of responding with compassion or trying to rebuild trust, the parents chose to press legal charges against their own daughters. Let's remember, one of those daughters had just turned 18. The cruelty and lack of empathy is astounding. Once the parents filed those charges, the sisters made the decision to turn themselves in at the end of July. Before doing so, they live-streamed together, talking to their supporters and explaining the situation. They even posed for a picture outside the police station, not because the moment was lighthearted, but because they wanted to show unity, strength, and the fact that they were not ashamed of protecting their sister.
Hi y'all, so this is me. Ooh, don't be playing this stuff. But this is me, y'all. My sisters are scared. I'm so sad they even have to go through this, but me personally, I'm not too much scared. Like, I know we're gonna get out. I've been recording. So just stay tuned, y'all. Don't go looking for my mud shots.
Come on. Freedom girls.
Don't be doing it.
Come on, we gotta go in. Freedom
girls. Love y'all. Get all of us together. Come on, Jazzy. Come on.
Jazzy, come on.
Get in it. We're live right now, y'all.
What did she just do?
See y'all later. Free Naya, free Zaria, free Jazzy. Keep our name going, y'all. Keep our story going, y'all. Love y'all. Don't cry, Naya.
Stop.
We gonna be cheesing our mug shot.
And she got ready to go look up our our mug.
We love y'all.
Let me see the phone.
Okay. It's not funny. No way. I don't want to see. I don't want to be seen. Okay, let's go. This is jail. This is a jail. I'm still on here. I don't know.
Yeah, y'all turn yourself in. Ain't nobody come get y'all girls.
Let me see. Okay.
This is a hot mess. You got my
absolutely nothing hurting me.
Y'all,
It was clear that they were trying to stay strong and positive in an incredibly painful and frightening situation. Their only goal was Daisy's safety, even if it meant facing jail time. At that point, no one knew how long they would be held, but the sisters made it clear that they were hoping to be released on bond as soon as possible. So within just a week of getting arrested, the sisters were officially out. They posted updates on TikTok telling everyone they were okay, and even shared videos on their YouTube channels talking about their experience in jail. They stayed pretty open about everything, which kept their audience fully invested in what was going on. But during all of this, what remained unclear was Daisy's exact whereabouts. No one really knew where she was at this point, especially since the Lit sisters had been in jail and obviously couldn't have been with her. However, from the way the sisters behaved and the tone of their updates, it was pretty clear that they knew where she was and that she was safe. They just weren't legally allowed to disclose anything yet. Meanwhile, the parents were desperately trying to get their daughter back. They started reaching out to friends, family, and even old acquaintances to make public statements defending them. They wanted people to believe that the sisters had manipulated Daisy into leaving. And in a move that honestly ended up making things even worse for them, they released the CCTV footage on the night Daisy ran away.
What's up? I'm recording you too.
They clearly thought the footage would prove that Thay's parents were the victims in all of this, but instead the video made them look even more unhinged. For example, Zaria shared an image taken from that footage where their father appeared to be grabbing her by the neck. She explained on her Instagram story that during the confrontation, their father kept telling her she wasn't going anywhere and that she was going straight to jail. And ironically, that is exactly what they ended up doing to the sisters later. So despite everything that had happened, the conflict, the arrests, and the public embarrassment, the sisters did not back down. If anything, all of this made them even more determined to keep Daisy away from their parents. After leaving the home, Daisy reportedly went to a group home or something similar, because she was not living with the sisters at this point. There was also a Ring camera clip that circulated online where Daisy was seen crying and physically resisting police officers, begging them to let her stay with Jazzy while Jazzy was in jail. Of course, the officers couldn't allow that. They kept trying to calm her down and offered to help her contact someone else, but Daisy was completely devastated at that moment.
Well, she's going to jail for trespassing, and she continued to show her butt when she got outside, so she got some more.
But I don't know nobody down here.
We're more than willing to help you find somewhere to stay.
Can I go with her?
No, you cannot go to jail.
Why?
Why do you want to go to jail?
Because I don't have anywhere.
She's going to be right out.
But I don't have anywhere else to go.
We'll help you find somewhere to go.
No.
We're not taking you to jail.
Please, I will do anything to go to jail.
No, you're not.
Please,
No.
please.
I've never heard nobody say I'll do anything to go to
Please,
jail.
I really want to go with her.
You're asking for our help. And
Yes, that's what I'm telling you. I'm telling you to take me to jail.
I'm not taking you to jail.
Oh my God.
We're willing to help
I don't
you.
have nowhere to go without
We'll help you.
her.
We'll help you find
I'm not
somewhere
from
to go.
Alabama. I'm not from Florida.
I know you're from Birmingham. You're still not listening. We'll help you find somewhere to go.
I don't want to go. I want to go with her.
All right,
Can I please go to jail? I'm begging you. I'm begging you. What? I'm begging you to go to jail. Who don't let someone go to jail if they begging?
We don't want to take you to jail.
Okay, what do I gotta
jail.
do to go to jail? What do I gotta do?
call the person that who's coming to get you and ask them to see.
I'm finna go in that back seat.
Ask them to see
Is
some
he gonna
money.
take me to jail if I put on his back seat?
You can't get in the car.
Well, I'm gonna try.
Don't come over here. This, I promise you, this is not what you want to do.
Come here.
I'm telling you right now, it's not.
Come here. What's the next steps? We can't just sit up here and give you all the answers, right? You're an adult.
Is there somewhere there we can take you?
No, there's nowhere. There's nowhere. Literally, there's nowhere. I'm with her. I came to Florida with her.
Who paid for the room?
Her. It's in her name. Everything is her name. I don't have shit. I don't have nothing. I'm from Alabama. Birmingham. I don't have shit. Like, what the?
It's your problem. All of this right here is not gonna help you solve no issue.
I just want to go with her.
You're not going.
I want to go. You can't tell me I can't go. You can't tell me I can't go.
So listen, if you're gonna keep doing this, I ain't got nothing for you. Right?
Okay, you can't tell me I can't.
No, if you keep doing this, my patience is done. I'm not helping you. I'm not helping somebody that don't want to be helped.
But
so can you? No, the answer is no. You ask it. Stop
I can't go to jail.
Do you want our help? Yes or no? Because I will leave you be, and I will leave without giving you any assistance. But if you keep acting irate and acting like this when we're trying to help you, the answer is no. You're not going to jail.
Do you understand?
If you want our help finding somewhere else to stay, yes or no?
Listen.
Do you want our help finding somewhere else to stay, yes or no?
Listen, I don't have an ID. I don't have.
You keep saying what you don't have, and you're not giving a solution or helping us assist you. I don't care that you don't have ID.
You have an ID though, right? You have an issued ID.
I don't care about none of that.
You have an issued ID.
On my phone. On my phone. That's the only thing. Her shit. Everything is in her name. I can't do this.
We can go to the hotel and we can talk to you.
Just from this video alone, the internet assumed that the authorities had placed her somewhere safe, but there was still no official confirmation. Then, at the end of July, Daisy herself finally came online. She reassured everyone that she was safe, that she had a social worker assigned to her, and that the case was actively being handled. She also made one thing very clear. She had no intention of going back to her parents. Not now, not ever.
Hey y'all, it's Desi. I'm just checking in to let y'all know that I am safe. I've been safe. Obviously, you guys know that I did run away. I just couldn't deal with the mental and physical abuse anymore. And it was just a very, very toxic household, y'all. Like, I could not be there. He would just beat on me when he wanted to, when I didn't do videos for him. It was just terrible. Like, I couldn't be there. Like, he would just take up my doors out the hinges. I would have no privacy as a young 15-year-old. It was just terrible, y'all. But I would never want to go back there. Like, I would really rather be homeless than go back to that terrible household. Like, I had bruises, scratches all over my face. My lip was busted. My face was thrown to the ground. I would not want to go back there. I would rather be homeless than go back to that household. I do have a caseworker that is working with me to put me in a better place. My sisters are going to keep you guys updated. Thank you to all my fans for the love and support. Everybody just keep praying for me and my sisters. And we do have a GoFundMe if you guys want to help. It's in me and my sister's bio. And again, thank you for all the love and support. I'm out.
While the audience believed whatever Daisy said, the mom, however, was having a hard time believing it. She posted a story saying that Daisy was in fact not in a group home and was with the sisters all this time. She posted on social media saying that her daughters did not go to jail for nothing. They surely knew where Daisy was, and that is why the police had arrested them. She also posted a couple of pictures on the internet showing bruises on her face and her husband's leg. She said that her daughters, when they arrived to take Daisy, had hit them first. In response to this, the Lit sisters shared a few photos of Daisy where her eyelids and face appeared visibly swollen. They claimed that their parents had been abusing Daisy for a long time, and that was the real reason they stepped in. According to them, they didn't just randomly decide to interfere. Daisy had been repeatedly telling them that she was not okay in that house, that she felt unsafe, and that she needed help. So in their view, taking matters into their own hands was the only option left. What's particularly interesting in all of this is that the sisters never explicitly accused their mother of being physically abusive. They have, however, consistently described her behavior as manipulative, dismissive, and emotionally damaging. But when it comes to direct physical aggression, most of the blame has always been directed toward the father. This became even clearer when someone pointed it out in their comments section, and the sisters acknowledged it. They explained that their mother was also being manipulated by the father, and in many ways was acting under his influence. According to them, the household dynamic was heavily controlled by him, and their mother was simply trying to keep up with his expectations, even if that meant overlooking her own daughter's needs and well-being. Naya, for example, spoke about this during one of her live streams. She said that their mom wasn't always like this. In the past, first, she wasn't aggressive or emotionally detached, but over time she began mirroring the father's behavior, almost as if she was trying to match his energy just to maintain peace in the household. In doing so, she ended up distancing herself from her daughters. You'll see even more examples of just how cold the mother's behavior toward her daughters really was as we move further into this video. After the Lit sisters' arrest and release, the entire family, especially the parents, began throwing shade at their daughters online. Instead of approaching the situation as mature adults or as parents who should be concerned about their children's well-being, they acted like unhinged teenagers who were simply trying to get back at someone. On social media, the mother in particular started behaving very strangely. She began commenting things like, "I've been putting people in jail," and replying to followers in a tone that felt dismissive, smug, and completely emotionally detached from the seriousness of the situation. It came off as though she cared more about looking powerful and unbothered than acknowledging that her family was literally falling apart. Another dynamic that became very noticeable was the behavior of the older brother, BJ. As mentioned before, the Lit family parents have 2 sons, but BJ is not biologically related to the mother. When the controversy exploded online, BJ appeared on TikTok insisting that he had no idea what his sisters were talking about. He claimed he was always treated well by their parents and suggested that Daisy was only repeating whatever the older sisters told her to say, and that she was being influenced or manipulated.
Hey, I viewed what you said, shawty. We all know you don't talk like that. Who you working with? You got a caseworker and none of them got a legal guardian to you. They use you, little sis. I don't know why they got you looking stupid, sis.
BJ's statements rubbed a lot of people the wrong way, including his sisters and their uncle. The uncle even made multiple videos responding directly to BJ, defending his nieces and calling him out for ignoring what was happening right in front of him.
My sister? Y'all out here talking about nieces and thoughts and this and that. My nieces are some good girls. Good girls, and they know that. People tell these stories, and this go for BJ. BJ. Oh boy, before you read that script, make sure it's correct when you start pinning it out there on this internet. Talking about OBT, I'm gay because I stayed on OBT. Boy, you can't last on OBT. I'm gonna tell you that one right there. And another thing, I just took a trip down to Sanford. Oh man. You know what people say out there? You were banned for being in Sanford. You were banned for being in Sanford. Oh, man. BJ. And second thing, BJ, you're a stepchild too. You didn't come out my
People also found BJ's stance extremely hypocritical. He never publicly defended Daisy back when she was constantly being pushed to create content. We've all heard recordings of the father pressuring her to film. If BJ truly cared about his little sister, why didn't he speak up then? Why didn't he protect her? Instead, he only chose to defend his parents once the situation became public. It gave him a very questionable and frankly unsettling energy. Around this time, the Lit family Instagram turned into something that felt more like a mockery pit than a family page. They started posting stories directly shading their daughter Naya. In one story, they claimed they were the reason she was known at all, implying that without them, she would be nobody. It was petty, unnecessary, and honestly cruel, especially considering everything going on. Then they reposted a video of Naya where she was standing outside their home. The video is captioned, "The biggest Lit sister." Instead of taking a moment to reflect or acknowledge any part of the situation with empathy, the parents reposted the video with laughing emojis. So that's the kind of insensitivity we're dealing with here. Someone online literally body shamed their daughter. And instead of shutting that down or defending her, the parents laughed and played along. They behaved like this publicly on the internet as a way to get back at their daughters, and then somehow still expected respect in return. That's absolutely wild. And what makes it even more bizarre is that right after doing things like this, they go on to post these over-dramatic positive vibes only, we're choosing peace, and hate only makes us stronger type of Instagram stories. Like, how do you preach peace and love when you're literally making fun of your own child's appearance? It's contradictory, hypocritical, and honestly just sad. While all of this was going on and the situation kept getting uglier between the parents and the sisters, a lot of people began suggesting that maybe the Lit sisters should meet with their parents privately and talk things out. They encouraged both sides to put away the shade and the passive-aggressive social media posts and, act like mature adults, because everyone could see that the constant back and forth was only escalating the conflict. But then Zaria posted a video addressing this suggestion. She explained that they had tried to talk things out before multiple times, but every time they attempted a family discussion, the parents refused to take any accountability. Instead, they would twist the situation around and blame the girls for everything. She said they would never actually listen to the daughter's feelings or concerns. It was always about maintaining control. Zaria also talked about how before the money and the fame, they actually had a good relationship with their mom. But everything changed once the money started coming in. According to her, the father started controlling everything, including who the daughters were allowed to spend time with. He wouldn't even let the daughters go anywhere alone with their mother. He was always there, always watching. This obviously affected the mother-daughter relationship the girls desperately wanted and needed.
To get on here and say that I see some of y'all saying that we should have like a meeting or my mom should take us like on a drive and we talk to her. Trust me, y'all, we tried that so many times. We've always had like a family meeting. They never will fully go through because they always like failed first quarter. Like it will always be, oh, y'all not about to run me or y'all ganging up on me. Just will always get ugly, like really, really ugly. Our opinions never really mattered. We were considered the kids, so we didn't really have a say so, and when we would state our opinion, it would be counted as disrespect. So family meetings would never work out. We have tried over and over. We didn't get much alone time with my mom. She was always up under him. Before the money and the fame and everything came to picture and before we moved, we actually had a real bond with my mom. She wouldn't run and tell him every little thing. We would like have little trips to the store and stuff like that with her alone. Like all that stopped when we moved to Georgia. And then like anytime we would want to go to the store, my mom say we needed to go to the store for like personal hygiene stuff, he'll make an excuse like, oh, we'll go get it for you, like, or your mom will get it for you. We would barely get out the house. Everywhere we went, it was with them. We went as a family. Everywhere my mom went, she was with him. It just seemed like the parents were getting closer. The closer they got, the further they drifted from their kids, the more mean they started to get to their kids. There's a lot more to this story. I'm taking my time with putting out videos. This is not for clout, how they say it. I feel like it's just time for my story to be heard. This has been something that we have been dealing with by ourselves. And honestly, I just feel like they're just making it worse and worse for themselves. With all the lies and rumors that they keep coming up with. I actually felt myself feeling bad, but every day is just something new. Even though I shouldn't be feeling bad because
Around this same time, the Litt family's house address and phone number also got leaked online. This led to their phone being flooded with calls and their mailbox being spammed. The mother instantly got online and accused the daughters, specifically Naya, of leaking their address. But during a live session, Naya denied it. She said she would never do something like that, especially knowing her younger brother was still living in that house. She also claimed that it was actually KD who leaked the address by talking to someone online. In that same live, Naya responded to concerns about where Daisy was. She explained that the Litt sisters were still working on getting custody of her.
Y'all just be prepared for this number I'm finna give y'all in a second.
LMK in a
Litt family house got leaked. I already know, it's all over the internet. He probably losing his brain cells right now. But I never leaked their address and I never was ever thinking about doing that. Somebody King talked to leaked it. Whose number? Who she with? On live. Jassie's right here, y'all. Hi. And we still have to get custody of her. And it's really just a lot. But like I said...
Speaking of Daisy's custody, at this point it was still unclear where she was actually living. The mother claimed she was living with the sisters. Daisy herself said that she was in a safe and secure environment, which led many people to believe she might be staying in some sort of care home or protected placement. Meanwhile, there was still an active missing person report filed in her name. The mother even stated on Instagram that Florida police were still actively searching for Daisy. Not only that, the mother also posted claiming that the police were actively searching for Daisy, and that if they found her with anyone, that person would go straight to jail. She emphasized that it was now a criminal case. And honestly, if we look at it objectively, this situation is much more serious than the parents or even the internet are making it seem. If there's any chance that the Litt sisters still know where Daisy is, and let's be real, they almost certainly do, then yes, if the police were to find Daisy physically in their care, they could be arrested again. This is why a lot of people began advising the Litt sisters to handle the situation legally and carefully. If they slip up, not only could they lose any future possibility of gaining custody or guardianship over Daisy, but they could also unintentionally hand more power back to the parents, which would be a worst-case scenario. What's wild in all this is how the parents constantly post emotional content about how much they miss Daisy and how desperately they want her back, but at the same time they have no problem continuing to profit off her image. For example, the original Lit Sisters YouTube channel has been inactive ever since Jazzy and Daisy left, because those two are the main ones producing content, and now that they're gone, there's nobody to film. So what do the parents do? They start reposting old content of the Lit Sisters to keep the channel alive and continue pulling views. The moment the sisters noticed this, they jumped onto Instagram asking people to report the channel because it's no longer theirs, and they don't want their parents continuing to make money off videos that they worked on. Meanwhile, the parents, still desperate to stay in the spotlight, took things even further, as we mentioned before. In an attempt to prove their innocence, or at least make themselves look like the rational party, they instead kept publicly embarrassing themselves and mocking their own daughters. Around August 2025, they even posted a skit announcing that they were adopting a new daughter, since their real daughters were lying on them. Yes, they actually filmed and uploaded that. The acting in this video was painfully bad. The dialogues were even worse. It was tone-deaf, uncomfortable, and honestly sickening to watch. But the most disturbing part, they involved their son in it. They had him call his older sisters spoiled brats and claim that Daisy was being manipulated by the enemies being her own siblings. Instead of showing accountability, compassion, or even basic parental concern, they turned the entire situation into a social media performance. Watch the skit yourself.
My mom knows about this. Mom, you won't believe this. We're all over the For You page on TikTok.
Hold on. I know, buddy. I just got off the phone with the adoption agency. You're about to get a new adopted sister. Yeah, I know, buddy. You still have all your sisters. We're just getting a new adopted sister. I really want to help this girl out. She's been homeless for a while.
All right, Mom, but you know, I still love my sister. Nobody gonna replace her, no matter what. Or everything she said, everything she do, I still love her, no matter what she said to me.
You're right, buddy. You always love your sisters, no matter what. But I just want you to be nice to your new adopted sister, too.
This is not right. All because all my sisters want to turn on me and stuff. Now I gotta get a whole another adopted sister, and I don't even know her. I'm gonna try my best to try to be nice to her. Like, how can I be nice to somebody I don't even know? Like, I know I'm trying to help her and stuff, but nobody never gonna replace my sister Daisy. I still love her with all my heart. Dang, man. I wonder where Daisy's at. I don't care, I still love my sister. Me and Daisy always gonna stick together no matter what. I know she gonna come back. She gotta come back, man. I know she gonna come back. Now I just gotta get used to this random girl, this random adopted sister I don't even know. I don't even know what she look like. Me and you, sis, just gonna stick together no matter what, sis. I love you, you're my sister no matter what. The enemy just trying to brainwash you. You gonna come back one day, sis.
Ooh, pretty lady going viral. She all over TikTok. Them kids ain't doing nothing but lying online. Boy, I can see it all through them. The little knucklehead mad cause their mama shining so bright. She's so pretty, the sun's shining on her. God working on her, that's all. Open up, pretty lady.
Yes, may I help you?
What's up, pretty lady? I see you going viral all over the world. Them little knuckleheads just lying through their teeth. What going on with you? Is you stressed out or what?
No, I ain't been stressed. They just been online lying out their teeth, like you said, making up all these fake allegations. But I'm waiting on my new adopted daughter. I'm getting a new daughter.
I love you. Have a nice day, baby.
All right. Well, at least he know the truth. He know what's going on. Ain't nothing but a bunch of big kids online disrespecting their mama, telling lies. The light.
Mom.
Yes?
Who's that at the door?
That wasn't nobody but the security guard. He know everything what's going on.
Well, Mom, I thought it was my sister Daisy, because I sure enough miss her.
Yeah, I know, buddy. The police out there looking for her. But you getting a new adopted sister.
But Mom, I don't care about no stupid adopted sister. I want my real sister to come back. Me and Daisy is like this.
Yeah, I know, buddy. She'll be back. She's just being influenced by the wrong people right now.
But Mom, I'm tired of seeing us on a For You page on TikTok. I'm tired of them lying. Like, my sister just should have stayed down. Everything would have been good. Yeah, it was my sister that could come back. Like, it's like 1 minute she's great, then 1 minute she's not good. Man, she's just a little girl. She still got a long future ahead of her.
Hate to see him like that, but I know everything gonna work out. We got God on my side. Haven't heard anything or nothing from her. That sucks.
Miss Parker. I ain't seen no pretty girls over there in a couple weeks, ain't there?
Make sure ain't no knuckleheads out here looking for Miss Parker. Cause I ain't playing about Miss Parker. Come out here if you want to.
New home. I'm so scared to meet these people. But it seems like I'm being in good hands though. I'm getting nervous.
Mom, somebody's at the door. Mom? Man, maybe she's at the door. Mom?
This is just disgusting. And the fact that KD, an 11-year-old, is being dragged into all of this is absolutely insane. Aren't parents supposed to protect their children from family drama? Why is an elementary school-aged child being used as a pawn in their feud? At this point, it's also necessary to call out the way they're raising KD, because being overly restrictive and being overly permissive are both harmful parenting styles. And it seems like they're filling this child with negativity, resentment, and loyalty-based love. That kind of emotional conditioning might not show consequences now, but it can cause serious psychological damage later. After this bizarre adoption skit was posted, the sisters, especially Jazzy, were livid. They publicly expressed how disgusted and disappointed they were. Jazzy went live and explained that the parents intentionally moved the new daughter into her old room, knowing full well that she wasn't even allowed to collect all of her belongings before being kicked out. According to Jazzy, they literally forced her out before she could pack properly and later refused to return her things. That alone would be enough to make anyone furious.
On her little TikTok page, she posted how she got a little new daughter, or how whatever she replacing us for her, or whatever the freak she said. Tell me why they gonna make a whole skit about this situation, just like they always do. They post videos and make skits based off of real life situations and how they feel. So she gonna post a skit saying how she got a new daughter and Katie gets jealous of the new daughter. And she gonna have the audacity to put that girl in my room and let that girl go in my room. I don't know her like that for her to be going in my room, first of all. Second off, you know all my stuff is in my room. And you know I wasn't able to get all my stuff when y'all just kicked me out the house randomly. Because if I were to actually move out, I would have boxes and all to pack up all my stuff. But y'all did it in the most worst, horrible way. And randomly kicked me out and stood by my door while I packed my stuff and wouldn't get out.
In this entire situation, the parents are behaving like children. Let's remember, the oldest sister is only about 23. The other two are barely 18 to 20. They are extremely young adults navigating life, yet somehow they're the ones showing more maturity than their own parents. The mom and dad are constantly online, making TikToks, throwing shade, acting petty, and chasing attention. And if this is what they're showing the public, imagine how bad things must have been inside the home. With how messy things had gotten online, people eventually started doing their own digging, and what they found was far more than anyone expected. For someone who constantly preaches respect, obedience, and discipline to his daughters, the father has a long criminal history. There are multiple mugshots of him at different ages, different years, and different states. For example, in 2000, he was arrested for allowing a minor into an open house party. Then he was arrested again for possession of a concealed firearm. Then he was arrested for possession of marijuana. Later, he was arrested again for drug possession and resisting arrest, along with battery on an officer. So yes, the very same man who's trying to portray himself as the righteous, strict, authoritative parent has a documented pattern of violence, substance issues, and criminal behavior. And honestly, judging from the behavior we've seen during live streams, his tone, his body language, the way he talks over and threatens people, none of this is surprising at all. His past and his present behavior match. He comes across as manipulative, controlling, and emotionally aggressive. The daughters didn't have to make up lies. The evidence was always there. While this criminal history does not necessarily define who he is today, it does add a lot of weight to the sisters' claims about him being aggressive and violent. It doesn't prove everything, but it certainly gives context. After the mugshots surfaced, instead of addressing the situation with any sort of maturity or accountability, the father actually became even more arrogant. He posted a story saying that people are obsessed with the Litt family and digging up mugshots from 30 years ago, and that none of this is going to bring him down. The tone was defensive, dismissive, and almost proud, like the exposure only fueled him more. The mother, too, continued posting non-stop about the daughters. She responded to almost everything they said and kept publicly updating people about Daisy. She even posted Daisy's bolo, stating that it had been 3 days since Daisy had not been at school, and that whoever had her would have to go to court. Instead of handling this privately and prioritizing their daughter's emotional or physical safety, everything was still being played out online for an audience. Then, at the start of August 2025, the mom uploaded a video to the Litt family channel saying that they were not abusers and that Daisy was definitely with one of her sisters. In the video, she included footage of the incident and argued that the sisters were refusing to admit they helped Daisy run away. They claimed that all 3 older sisters, along with Naya's boyfriend and her brother, were involved in helping Daisy leave the house. She also defended her husband, saying he never laid hands on the girls, that they were the ones who physically harmed them. She went as far as claiming that Naya tried to run her over and that this incident was the real reason the girls went to jail. According to the mother, they did not take away Daisy's phone simply because she didn't want to film the skit. She insisted they did because Daisy was doing bad things, implying drugs and taking her devices was just discipline. Throughout the video, she repeatedly emphasized that Daisy was with the sisters, implying they were lying to avoid further legal consequences. She also singled out Naya as the most disrespectful child, placing full blame on her instead of acknowledging any part they may have played. Whatever the mom said about Naya in that video, Naya was not having it. Almost immediately after the video was posted on the Litt family channel, she went live and addressed everything her mother had claimed. In her stream, she explained that for the most of her life, she'd always been close to her mother. But over time, she lost all respect for her because of how her mom disrespected her, and then allowed her husband to do the same. According to her, even before all of this blew up online, she'd already been doing wellness checks on Daisy because she was worried about how their parents were treating her at home. She talked about how ever since she left, the parents had been constantly throwing accusations at her, saying she leaked their number and address, that she manipulated Daisy, and that she was the one behind the mugshots being released. But she said she had nothing to do with any of that. You could tell from her tone that she was genuinely hurt by her mother's betrayal, and at one point she stated publicly and very clearly that she and her mother would never be on good terms again.
You're trying to switch up, like she's just really over here trying to switch up on me. That's really what it is. She know what it was, so I don't even know why she trying to get in that YouTube video acting like I'm so disrespectful. Girl, I ain't never cussed you out. I never cussed you out until that time. You tried to run in front of the car, now I'm just so disrespectful. And him, I don't owe him no respect. I owe him no respect. He don't respect me, so what I'm respecting him for? She don't do nothing. She don't do nothing but disrespect me. You disrespect me by letting your man disrespect me, boo. And guess what? All that time he disrespected me, I ain't never disrespected you. Thank you. Is she scared of him? She definitely is. And she's so weird. Like, she know how close me and her was. Like, she know, and even through everything. But I ain't gonna lie, the last time, before all this even hit the internet, y'all, it was this one time that something was going on in the house, and I called the police to do a wellness check on Desi. And that time, boy, that time, she said that was the time where she said some crazy stuff to me, all because I did a wellness check on Desi. She was calling me a rat. She was telling me don't come to her grave and that she don't love me. I'm not her daughter. All this. She was saying a whole bunch of stuff about me. She was calling me broke, telling me to go get a job. It was just so much, but she don't want to get on here and tell that part, though. She don't want to get on here and tell that part, how she was talking so crazy to me because I called and did a wellness check on Desi. And this was before everything hit the internet. I've been doing wellness checks on Desi. I've been. But she don't want to get on here and tell that part though. She don't want to get on here and tell that part. And that was the last time. That was the time we fell out, and I ain't talked to her for a few months, and I ended up forgiving her. And the reason why we started talking was because she had a dream about me, and I guess it was a bad dream. And my grandma who passed away was in my dream, and she was shaking her head at her in her dream because she knew she was wrong for what she did. And so that's why she decided to contact me and try to get back cool with me, and I ended up forgiving her. But it don't do nothing but get worse. I forgave them time and time again. And then it's like, you really getting on here lying. Like, she don't do nothing but lie. You really getting on here talking about we leaked your address? Like, are you okay? We gave out your number. Are you okay? Where's the proof that we leaked your address and gave out your number? I'm so confused. I'm lost. She's so weird. All she do is lie. And she can't even get her words out her mouth because she knows she lying. You know you lying. Yeah, she is delusional. She's weird. She's a weird individual. It's sad who she became. Like, I don't even know this lady no more for real. Like, and I can't ever even see us getting back cool ever in my life.
Jazzy also spoke out after her mother tried to claim that they were not upset with Daisy for refusing to film. The parents tried to spin this story as if they were disciplining her for doing something wrong. Not because she didn't want to participate in a video, but Jazzy released actual text messages showing her asking her mom why Daisy was being punished for not wanting to film. So the whole "we weren't mad about filming" narrative basically fell apart right there. At this point, we don't think anyone following this situation is buying what the parents are saying. The red flags are way too obvious. Instead of taking accountability or even attempting to genuinely reflect on their behavior, they continue to attack their daughters online. One of their minor daughters literally ran away because of their behavior, and somehow they're still pointing fingers at everyone else except themselves. Make that make sense. The mom has been posting non-stop since July, constantly asking for the girls to return Daisy, as if Daisy is some lost item. Daisy didn't get kidnapped. She chose to leave, and if she wanted to return home, she would. The fact that she hasn't says everything. Zaria also recently did a Q&A on her channel where she talked about the family and the environment they grew up in. She said her mother used to be a very sweet person before she met her current husband. According to her, the stepfather was the one who encouraged aggression and wanted the mother to be physically harsh with the daughters. She also claimed the stepfather used to lock the girls in their rooms and only bring them food and other necessities while keeping them isolated. She said that from the very beginning, her stepfather had always been controlling and toxic, and that he constantly pushed the kids to make money. According to her, the pressure to keep producing content was always there. No days off, no room to be a normal child or teenager. To further prove her point, she played another clip of her stepdad yelling at the kids over something related to social media. She explained that this wasn't a one-time incident or a bad day. This was normal. This was how he usually spoke to them. And when the family's social media revenue began to slow down, things only got worse. The parents became even more hostile, paranoid, and desperate, turning into the toxic mess that everyone is seeing now.
Yes, he has always been controlling, y'all. I'm not gonna lie. He has always been controlling. Anything I say is the truth. Like, for example, when we was kids, they will take the locks of the room door, the bedroom door. They'll take the whole doorknob off, switch it around to where they can lock it from the outside. So we would have to knock on the door like prisoners. If we have to use the bathroom, bring us our food, like we was in jail. He will open the door to come bring us like peanut butter jelly sandwiches and shit. That right there is a controlling behavior. I don't care what y'all say. Who does that? And then my mom, she was always so sweet. He changed her. He's been wanting her to put her hands on us for so many years. And Desi was the first person who she did it to. He's been wanting her to put her hands on us for so many years. He would get mad and say she treats us like a friend. Even if she wanted to put her hands on us, she couldn't, because he was not bad, y'all. I know she just couldn't see herself putting her hands on us. We were never bad kids at all. I guarantee y'all, it was a real reason why they beat Desi if it wasn't because of she didn't want us to shoot a skit. That time, y'all heard it on the video, that time was because she didn't want to shoot a skit, okay? All that other stuff was a whole different time that she's talking about. She's talking about stuff from a whole different time. So they were literally mad. And on top of that, y'all don't know this, but their money was already going down. My mom even admitted this to Naya. Their money was already going down. So if she didn't want to shoot a skit, of course they're gonna take it out on her. That's what they used to do to us, y'all. I'm gonna put a clip of a recording of him screaming about something that has to do with social media.
Now just talk the fucking line. This boy, dude. Got none of them all motherfuckers on that shit. Watching your ass. Man, that shit is embarrassing. You mean you don't even fucking go on TikTok, dog? You can be all slow, dog. Fuck me over black and always on this thing. I feel real bunch of money for the whole thing. Fuck, man. Don't you know that's what I do when I want that fucking crazy, dog. 24/7.
This just goes to show of how we would get yelled at about this, y'all, about this. And not use your kids to make y'all money, because y'all not gonna do nothing but get into it with your kids. Already getting in trouble about little stuff around the house, doing chores and stuff. Now we gotta worry about helping y'all make money. That don't got nothing to do with us, bruh. And for the last time, y'all, they all have the same dad and the same last name. I don't, okay? You think you will have love for your parents again? I mean, I've always had love for them, but it's just like, I don't think it will ever be the same, y'all. They hurt my feelings so bad to the point where, like, I'm numb. So it's like...
Listening to that clip alone makes everything painfully obvious. These kids were being forced to film. This wasn't a family content house. This was a workplace where the children were the labor. And truly, at this point, we're left wondering, why keep denying it? Why refuse to apologize? Why not acknowledge anything when their own daughters are literally showing receipts, messages, recordings, timelines, and emotional trauma? Yet the mother continues to shade her daughters online like this is a petty influencer feud. Instead of stepping back and trying to rebuild her relationship with her children, she has doubled down and started making brand new content with the newly adopted daughter in Katie, as if swapping children in and out is a normal thing. They're acting like they're the most perfect, wholesome family on earth while completely ignoring the fact that one of their children ran away and is legally reported missing. It's genuinely disturbing. On their new channel, Sister Sync, the three daughters explained something very important. Their parents always needed a kid to film with them. They could not carry content alone. They knew that without the kids, they had no engagement, no audience, no brand. So instead of adjusting or learning how to exist outside of monetizing their children, they simply replaced them. That is exploitation. There's no softer word for it.
So they don't got time for a tutor or her to be in a sport. They don't got time for none of that. He's so money hungry. He's so greedy. He wants every penny out of us he could get. And he knew that nobody would just sit there and watch him and my mom. On that Lit Family page, he would never just post a video with just them two. He know nobody will watch him.
Apart from this, the parents' insistence that they took Daisy's devices because she was doing something bad rather than because she didn't want to film is also outrageous. In response to this, Naya clapped back hard. She called out her mother directly for ignoring Daisy's declining mental health, depression, and emotional needs, and instead twisting everything into accusations to deflect from the real issue. She pointed out that when Daisy needed support, her mother chose control. In the same video, Naya also gave an update on Daisy. She said Daisy is safe, healthy, and in good hands. She said she speaks to her regularly and they're simply waiting for the court date. It's very clear that the sisters are genuinely trying to protect their younger sibling and work toward legal custody so she can finally have stability and emotional care that she never got at home. As of now, there are no official updates about Daisy beyond the fact that she's still listed as missing by the authorities. The sisters continue to say they're doing everything they can to make sure she's safe. Meanwhile, the parents, they're still filming, still posting, still pretending nothing is wrong. Honestly, we just hope Daisy gets the peace and healing she deserves. And we wish the sisters strength, because this fight is far from easy. Just about 2 weeks ago, the sisters also uploaded an update on their channel, sharing how they've been coping mentally throughout all of this. They mentioned that they recently moved into a new apartment together and are focusing on building a healthier environment for themselves. In that same video, they briefly spoke about Daisy, reassuring everyone that she's safe and doing okay. They made it very clear that Daisy has absolutely no intention of going back to her parents. Of course, they couldn't go into much detail because of the ongoing legal situation and safety concerns, but they did say something important, that one day when everything is settled and the time is right, Daisy herself will come onto their channel and share her story. And honestly, that's going to be a moment.
We're gonna keep trying to elevate. We got some businesses we about to start. I don't even want to say too much because you know,
don't say too much.
We got more.
Anyways, next topic. Okay, y'all, this is the last topic. This is a topic that everybody been waiting for, and I'm glad to be here to update y'all and tell y'all what's tea. Honestly, Desi's mental health, Desi's been good, but I'm gonna tell y'all one thing. Y'all be asking, oh, y'all do Desi miss them? Desi do not miss them. that girl don't miss them, let alone don't even care to go back. And then another thing is, all y'all be in the comments and mommy be trolling. She be like, oh, people be in the comments, where's Desi? She says go ask her sisters. I'm saying though, like, in what right mind, if we knew where Desi was, why on earth would we sit up here and get on the internet and tell the internet where Desi is? If we knew where Desi was, why would we get on the internet and tell y'all where Desi was? That makes no sense. Like, it just makes no sense. But anyways, at the end of the day, Desi's doing fine. Like, she really wants to tell her story. She wants to tell her side of the story. Yeah, and I know y'all want to hear her side of the story too. So I'm pretty sure sooner or later she might get up on here and tell her side of the story.
When Desi tell her story, ooh.
Yes, when Desi tell her story, it's
y'all will finally hear from her mouth the real tea.
And not just hear from us and feel like we just talk
of how she felt. Because at the end of the day, we can't speak on how she really felt.
So to sum everything up, the entire situation started with Daisy running away and the older sisters stepping in because they believed she was being mistreated at home. Since then, the family has split into two sides. The sisters, who are fighting to protect Daisy, and the parents who insist they did nothing wrong and keep denying every accusation. Videos, live streams, statements, text messages, everything has been dragged onto the internet, and the damage is already done. But clearly the drama is far from over. The custody situation is still ongoing. Daisy's whereabouts are still being handled carefully, and both sides are still speaking out. There's still so much we don't know, and honestly, it looks like things are only going to get messier from here. So what do you think? Are the sisters telling the truth, or are you on the parents' side? Should the parents apologize to their daughters and take accountability? Or is there more to the story? Let us know in the comments. We really want to hear your thoughts. And if you want to stay updated as this situation continues to unfold, make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. Because trust us, there will definitely be more to come.